Rosie is definitely gonna press charges on you now, and I'm gonna press charges too. Why? Because you committed fraud. Technically, you just get stuff out of their account, and I ain't have to sign nothing. So
I
you tell me I didn't have to
committed
make
fraud by taking my own money
how?
out of my account with my husband.
So you telling me
That's fraud.
a joint account is all your money?
You know what? You just press charges if you want, okay? And if
Is,
I get disbarred, you're gonna see a whole different side of me, DC. I promise you that.
is a joint account all your money? That's all I'm asking.
Well, when you put all the money in it, it technically is your money, and I was
Oh,
going to share with you.
so I could
And I've been sharing with you.
so I could have took all of it out.
It's not your money. Just like the barbershop. What are you talking about? So you
You
figure
just
out
got
how
everything.
you want to give Jada her college money and you handle that on your own and work it out with your baby mama. I don't know what you want to do. Maybe it's because you went on little shopping sprees, huh? You look all nice and I always asked you, come on, let's go clean you up and do this and that. So now you just get lineups every day and your hair retwisted and
Thank
now
you. I'm
you
glad you
have
noticed.
like nice coats on.
I'm glad that you noticed. But this ain't
Well, maybe
about.
you should take it back so you can afford her college fund. How about that?
Maybe you should just put that money back in that account before we have a real problem.
So what, you and your little floozy Rosie are on shopping sprees now? Did you at
Name
least buy
calling.
her a bra?
Name calling. Name calling.
All right, DC.
When you put that money.
Yes, Run DC his money. Yes, that is a snippet of a clip of our special guest in the building. That is his co-star, that's Sarah Oliver. Shout out to her. And our next guest, that is a snippet of a Country Wayne skit. And if you don't know who Country Wayne is, if he was under a rock these last few years, he's been popping in the scene in the comedy world, and so he's been giving us these skits for the last few years and giving so many people a platform to shine and giving opportunities to everyone. So shout out to Country Wayne as well. And so I really, really appreciate our special guest here making the time to be with us tonight and blessing us with his presence. So I had to make sure I put on my bra. So I make sure that I represent for our guest tonight today as well. So once we get through this intro, I'm going to bring up our very special guest, Darryl DC Chambers. Let's go. DC.
Hey, how
What's
you doing?
going
How you doing?
on? All right, all right. Yeah, thank you for being here. You got your line, you got your locks done, you got your makeover. Did you get your bra? Did you get our bra too?
Did I? Well. See about. Well, look, we're gonna say this first and foremost. Thank you for having me on. Now, the second thing is, did I get her a bra? That's
Did
a
you get our
very
bra?
interesting question. Sarah seems to be the only one who's really worried about this whole bra thing.
And why is that? Like, why did you? I mean, what did you do to her to make her worry about this bra?
Something that I've come to realize is that when a woman has it out for another woman, they
Yeah,
will definitely
they take
point out any little thing to take a shot at. And I feel like Sarah's character, that's exactly what she's doing. She found something that she can just run with and say, and she's been running with it ever since. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that to Sarah. But I might take Rosie shopping. We may go to Victoria's Secret or something.
Oh, I don't know if it'll be. I don't think it'll be a secret, but too long. But okay, because I mean, she's talking about you trying to report her for fraud. Y'all got these joint accounts. You don't know how to do. But let me just give you a little. I'm gonna just give a brief rundown about your storyline because there's so much. Because there's so many storylines in the Country Wayne world, but. It started off with you coming in the scene as Erica, played by Erica Pinkett. Shout out to Erica Pinkett. You are Jada's father. You're the father of her daughter. And
Absolutely.
so it started off, Erica came on the scene first as Sarah's best friend. And she and Wayne were, fighting over his affection. I don't know what it's something about Wayne. It's something about him. It seemed like Wayne is able, he has the ability to kind of work it to where all these women, all these beautiful women, just always flock to him. And he has no consequence to his actions. But that's the fantasy of Country Wayne, right? But anywho, okay, so it's Erica, and then and then it's Jada, the daughter Jada, and DC came on the scene as the father of Jada, and they always had an amicable relationship because they known each other since they were kids. You know, they were high school sweethearts, I believe. Was that correct?
Yes,
High school sweethearts.
that is.
And so they've been co-parenting, and Erica and Wayne were dating for a minute, and then fast forward, Erica and DC, they reconciled their relationship, and they wanted to have this co-parenting thing. They wanted to have a family, especially for Jada, to try to set that example. But you know, there were some things that didn't work out. You know, DC got the house. He just put everything out there. He made sure that he wanted to set the foundation, you know, for his family. He wanted to be about that life, you know, for Erica and Jada, but just things just didn't seem to work as planned. I mean, it was just kind of back and forth. And then he started this toxic thing, and DC kind of went downward spiral with his drinking. And so it just started there. And then he was encouraged to go to rehab. And that's when he met Sarah. And Sarah was, that's when Sarah was saying in the skit that she was contributing factor towards cleaning them up. And you know, and then they started getting involved with each other. Then it became serious, and then it became this whole a love triangle between Erica, Sarah, and DC. And then Lawrence came along. You know, Lawrence became Erica's boyfriend, and then you know, DC was crossing some boundaries, and you know, it was a whole lot of. So if you take the time and go to the Kountry Wayne platform and just make sure that you catch up and do some binge watching, because it's a lot. I just kind of, you know, but help me out, DC. Help me just kind of fill in the blanks for us.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of storylines, and it's a lot to catch up on. You definitely would have to binge watch.
I'm gonna turn my camera off, but I'm still listening.
Okay, yeah. You would definitely have to binge watch if you you know, if you haven't been keeping up consistently. So the thing is, you know, DC, you pretty much hit the nail on the head with everything. I came on as Erica's baby daddy, as we say, the father of her child. And then Wayne extended me the role to become his security guard on the skit. So at this point, I'm Erica's the father of Erica's child. I'm Wayne's security. And then me and Sarah got connected, and I became Sarah's boyfriend. And so now I'm Erica's baby daddy, Sarah's boyfriend, Wayne's security. Then, you know, fast forward, I got Wayne got rid of me from being his security, and so now Rosie's in the business. So now I go with Rosie, and I own the barbershop now. And I've been elevating my character a lot more because I tried everything. I tried to actually get in the illegal pharmacy game, if you will. And that didn't work out too well for me because they got me for my money a couple of times. So yeah, you know, it's been one of those things. I feel like I've had a lot of different roles, so to speak, since I've actually come on. And you know, I've been on the Kountry Wayne skits now for about to be 3 years total. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, you was involved with Sarah too? I mean, well, wait, the other Sarah, or are you talking about Sarah Oliver?
Sarah Oliver.
Okay,
Yeah. Not the other Sarah.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah, it sounds like, wait a minute, I missed something. Okay. I'm sorry. So thank you so much for filling the blanks. You see so much. That's why I say, let me make sure I give you the opportunity to fill in the blanks. But there were so before you became, you said that you just started acting a few years. Like you just started acting. Like you had been a model for a long time. You've been a model for many years, but you just started acting like the last few years.
Well, no. I've been in entertainment now for 17 years total. So I did start modeling first. However, collectively, I think my first acting gig was actually in 2015, 16 or something like that. So collectively, you know, if you want to just add up that time, I've been maybe acting for 10. But but I spaced it out. It was like I started doing some stuff back in 2012 just to try to get a feel for it. And then I actually started, you know, doing and getting roles in 2015. I want to say 2015 or something like that. So it's like 10 years.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, because I mean, because your IMDb is very, very full. So before we get to that, I like to go to the beginning. You know, I don't want to start in the middle. I want to go into the beginning. And you were raised in you was born in Alabama, correct?
Alabama, yes,
Yeah,
correct. Valley,
yeah,
Alabama.
yeah. And were you raised there as well?
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised. And so you said what part of Alabama? What was that? What part?
Valley,
Oh,
Alabama.
okay. How far is that from Huntsville? Because you know Huntsville is like the thing now. So
It's
oh,
like like 3.5 or 4 hours from Huntsville. It's
okay. I
actually
was just
Valley is
curious.
yeah, Valley is actually on the Georgia line.
Oh, it's
It's so close
borderline.
to the Georgia line. Yeah, we're
Oh,
actually on Eastern time and not Central time where I'm from. It's
oh,
so close to the
really?
line.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so is that close? Okay, got you. And so you were brought up single parent home, two parent household, siblings, cousins, all of that. Like what how was that? How was your household
Mm.
growing up?
Two-parent household. I'm an only child.
You the only child?
I'm an only
You
child.
don't seem
So
like that, DC. You have a lot of
yeah,
cousins then. You have a lot of
well,
cousins?
see, I don't. That's the thing.
Really?
I, you know, I don't on my dad's side, believe it or not. As far as first cousins go, I only have one, and he is one of my
Wow.
dad. My dad is one of 5 siblings, and none of them had kids except one. And my
Wow.
cousin, yeah, and so I was the only grandchild on my dad's side until I was like 16 or 17 years old,
So you had a
and
small, I mean, it was just you, but just you by yourself, huh?
it was
You
just me. And on my mom's side, she's one of 5 as well, and her one of let me see, one, two, three, one of 2 of her brothers and one of her sisters had children. However, one was like way older and lived all the way in Chicago. Like that particular cousin is like 20 something years older than me. She had kids, but they still lived in Chicago. And my mom's other sister who had kids, they were here in Atlanta. So they were
mhm.
living in Atlanta. So that's 3 cousins that was here in Atlanta. And my mom's other brother who had kids, they were already way older. When I was in kindergarten, I think they were in like middle school. They lived in my hometown, but those were like the only 2 that was really there. So I was really a loner my whole life. Like really growing up, it was really
Wow.
just me because there was no siblings, and all of my cousins, either the few that I had,
It was
either lived
older.
out of state
It
or
was
they
out
were much
right.
older.
Got you. Yeah, because I can relate to that because I was the only child till I was 13. And then, I mean, I had the neighborhood kids around me. I had a lot of cousins. So I had a bigger family, but you had a smaller unit. So how did you occupy your time? Like, were you how was it in school? Like, were you popular in school? Were you the shy one, more reserved, more standoffish? How was it between elementary and junior high? And given your family dynamic?
Oh man, I was a very shy kid growing up.
You were
I was
shy.
quiet. I didn't really hang with what people would say the in crowd is, to be honest with you, and anybody will tell you that. Uh, I can name the people who I really hung with outside of school, and I can really tell you, at what age it was when I started hanging with them. So I
Mhm.
really didn't. I really wasn't just out and about too much. I was really a very shy, quiet loner. So when people say introvert, I know how it
Mhm.
feels to be an introvert because and I eventually broke out of that shell, which I
Right,
had
right,
to.
right.
But yeah, I'm naturally an introvert. It's like it's so weird because now I love talking to people. I'm very extroverted now. However, yeah, I was an introvert.
Back then, yeah, but back then, because I'm wondering, so how did you acquire your social skills? Like, what made you break out of that shell? Fast forward a little bit. How did that come about where you was able to break out of that shell?
college, college.
Okay.
When I
Mhm.
yeah. When I went to Alabama State University, I broke out of it.
Got
It was
you.
one of those things where I felt like that particular time in my life, it wasn't the time to be quiet. It wasn't the time to be shy. It was the time to network. It was the time to meet people. It was the time in my life that was going to be very, very pivotal. So when I went, I saw so many different people from so many different walks of life, and it was hard not to talk to people anyway. And so, just being on campus, that was the first thing. And then, once I joined different organizations while in
Got you.
college,
And we're gonna get
that
to that.
also
Yeah,
did it.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah, that also
Yeah.
helped a lot.
Mhm. But I also, before we get to that, but yeah, so thank you for sharing that, by the way. But I wanted to, since you mentioned college, I want to go back a little bit to high school, because high school is a pivotal time. And but I didn't want to omit elementary and junior high school experience? Because a lot of people talk about it, because I mean, a lot of people may not remember a lot of it, but those are pivotal times as well, because especially when it comes to middle school, you're going through puberty, you try to figure it out. You try to figure out where your anatomy goes and where, so it's like it's a lot. Sex
But
education at that time. So
yeah,
people don't talk
yeah,
about
it's a
that.
lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot, but
yeah.
realistically, a lot of people, they say, oh man, I had a great time in high school. High school was my time. Honestly, high school, I was ready to get out of there. Elementary was
High
fun
school. Tell me about that, DC.
yeah, elementary was fun because, you're young and just, that's when you're first really meeting people who, and coming from a small town, that's when you're first meeting people from your town and, whatever the case may be. Middle school was it was okay. High school, I was just ready to go. Like my fondest memories aren't high school. It was college.
Really? So you had no
Yeah,
fond memories, like,
absolutely.
so during high school, usually high school is when you really get to kind of feel yourself and kind of, because you said you're still in your shell at the time, you're still introverted,
Yeah.
you're still kind of withdrawn from people, but you didn't have the space to get into any type of extracurricular activities. How was your academics at the time? Did you have anybody that influenced you at that time?
Yeah. I always had pretty decent grades. You know, I think we all kind of slip up sometimes, but it was
Of
never bad.
course.
It was never bad. Maybe a C here and there because I hated math. But outside of that, everything else was straight and narrow. Yeah, I never just had bad grades. I played basketball. So I did have time to do that. I played basketball all the way through school. I'm 6'6", so
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Like, how was your growth spurts? Like,
they
did you have a growth spurt? Like, how was how was that? I was about to ask about that.
I've always been pretty tall. I feel like, it's weird because it's me. So, when you're in elementary, you don't think about, hey, I'm taller than everybody, or you don't think about it in
Right,
middle
right.
school. But then when I'm playing basketball and people start telling me, oh, you're so tall, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I am tall. But I really think I hit a growth spurt maybe maybe before my freshman year in high school, or
Mhm.
maybe between 9th and 10th grade. It was like between those 2 years though.
And what's your shoe size, DC?
13.
You see, I'm starting already.
I'm still women, but they always want to know that question.
I'm starting already. I'm starting already. I have to go there.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
All right.
good. I promise you.
You promised. Okay. All right. You hear that, ladies? Yeah.
Oh man.
So you went from high school, because you're going through, like being the only child, you going through the years of school, but then you started to kind of blossom, try, you really, you really owned your own in college. And so how did that happen for you in college? Like, why that time in particular?
It was just like I said, it was a pivotal time. And I knew that it was a time that I would never get back because it was something about living in the moment in college. You know how a lot of people they
Yeah.
say in
There
life,
had to be something. Because what moment was that though? Like, what moment was that? Because what was it about that time in your life? You say, okay, I've been in this shell for all this time. I've been an introvert. I've been more to myself and out about myself. But this is the time I'm going to shine. This is the time for me to grow. This is the time for me to evolve. What was that time for you in college? What was that moment?
that moment was honestly when I first walked on that campus. That
Mm,
first day. I think orientation, it had to be orientation because
mm, mhm,
we were
mhm.
only one class that was there. It was only freshmen that were there for orientation. So, quite naturally. But I knew that I would never be in an environment in one setting with that many people again.
Got you.
And I was like, it's too many people here. It's too much potential in people. It's people that's going to go places in life. It's people that these are the people I'm gonna be friends with probably for the rest of my life because I didn't hang with too many people in high school. I can count on
Mm,
one hand how many people I really hung with in high school.
got
So
you.
I'm like, well, these are gonna be the people. This is gonna be my time because I feel like everybody else had their time in high school. So I'm like, now this is my time. This is really my time to network because when you're going to school with people in high school, a lot of people went on to be very successful, and I'm super proud of them. But it's more so of like I live here with you. I kind of know what you're about. My dad knows your dad. My mom know your family. Your people know my people. So it's kind of like, all right, I kind of know you, but I don't know this person from a can of paint, as they say, that that I'm sitting next to in college. And I think it was just that point of being in an organization where it clicked. I was just like, I'm gonna utilize these years to my full advantage.
Okay, and so it started in orientation. And so, would you stay on campus?
I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
I did.
And
Yeah,
so,
yeah. A lot of people, they love to get off campus, but for me, I stayed on campus. I wanted the full college experience. I wanted,
yes.
I think my last year, I want to say it was my last year I moved off campus. But yeah, I wanted to get that campus experience. I had a great time living on campus.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great to know. And what did you study? What did you major?
Marketing.
Marketing. Oh, okay. And so,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that and I know that background really helped you because a lot of people in entertainment, unfortunately, are not able to, kind of build their brand the way they should. And also
Mhm.
part of the marketing experience, you're also learning more about the business aspect as well. So I'm glad that you was able to, kind of dive into that. So that was a good thing. But also I wanted to get
Absolutely.
into. Mhm,
If I may, and
mhm.
I do want to say this. I chose that particular major because I was kind of undecided for a minute. So I was taking all of my classes that I had to take anyway, all of my prerequisite classes that I had to take anyway, before even going into my major class, my major courses. So I chose that field because I knew that everything is marketing. I wanted to
Yes.
learn business, no matter what you're doing.
Mhm.
If you're looking at a billboard, it's marketing. If you're on Instagram, 9 times out of 10, it's marketing. If you're doing social media management, you're marketing for somebody. If
There's
you
no way
look at
around it.
Facebook right now,
Mhm.
you see more ads on your Facebook than you see what your own friends post. It's all
Yes.
marketing. Everything is
Yes.
marketing because marketing makes dollars. Because if no one knows anything about you or your business or your company, how can you make the money?
How
So
can you
I
make
knew
it
that I would
right?
always exactly. So I knew that by having a marketing degree, it was so widespread that I would always be able to have a job in some. You know what I'm going to say? I would always be able to fall back on something to have a career
Mhm.
with
Right.
that field. So that's what
Right.
made me choose that.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that because a lot of times, when people get into to this industry, you have to have something to fall back on. You have to have a cushion, because
Absolutely,
at the end of the day, you don't know when that next job is going to come. You may have even if you have this multi-million-dollar project that you're in, you may not see anything else. You may not be working this to another few years. So you have
absolutely,
to make sure you know what first of all, you have to know how to invest. You have to know how
absolutely,
to know what your plan is in between those gigs. You have to know, how to market yourself, as you said. So I'm glad that you mentioned that because you need steady income. Because not only do you need steady income, you still need health benefits. You still
oh,
need
absolutely.
you still need dental. You still need so you need all those but a lot of people don't think about that. They don't consider that
I agree.
when it
I
comes to
agree.
that. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. But I also wanted to get more into because it's such a controversial topic when it comes to the Greek organizations and the church. So I wanted to,
Okay,
I know, and you are Phi Beta Sigma.
absolutely. Phi Beta
Okay.
Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Yes, and I had someone I interviewed with someone just the other day who's also a frat brother of yours. Yeah, so he graduated from I believe it was Clark Atlanta. So yeah, he's a frat
Okay.
he's also Phi Beta Sigma. And I was asking him about, how he feels about, you know, the controversy behind the Greek organizations because they feel like there is you're serving God with a small g and not the capital G, first of all, because I know with a lot of the Greek
Absolutely.
organizations, they have, different idols that they look up to. I don't know, is yours Zeus? Is it? Is it?
See that's a lot we getting into. But
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
but
Like, so
there's a lot we
I'm
get
just saying,
into
I was
that.
just kind of use it as a reference,
something I won't disclose on here. But I'll say this. What I will say is this. There's no. I think where the controversy comes in at is that a lot of people, they think that we worship the organization. They think that we do some type of demonic ritual or something like that. Now, mind you, I can't speak for anyone else's organization. I can only speak for mine. I haven't witnessed anything that was demonic. I haven't done anything that was demonic. We actually have a lot of Christian values. It's a lot of Christian-based things inside of our organization. So I haven't witnessed anything. So whatever the people talking about, that may be their organization. I don't know.
Because it's different chapters, different way. Because because my pastor was speaking about this this past Sunday. He was speaking about it, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry into that whole Zeus thing. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I promise it's all good. It's really all good.
Okay, so I didn't know. Like I said, I don't want to go too far with it, but I just want to just kind of reference that because because he was talking about the Divine Nine and the Masons and the Eastern Stars and these organizations, and I think also the concern also is how when you represent brotherhood and sisterhood and you're going through the hazing processes, certain initiations that are involved with it, and just other type of rituals that are involved with it, and I think that's what the concern is, especially when it comes to
what's hazing. What is that?
How they have they have people the line people, they do all kind of outrageous stuff, like you have to they do all these dangerous things, trying to get them to
never heard of
it. Trying to get them to do certain things for them, like kind of like a slave type of thing, but not, I don't want to go as far as slavery goes, but they have them do all kind of different outrageous things, they'd be on the line for like 6 to 8 weeks,
Oh, okay. I've read about it. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So I don't worship my I think it comes in like people think that we just worship the organization, and I worship God, the big God, the capital G. G. That's what I worship. But I am a part of my organization proudly. I will say that I am a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
All right. So I just thank you I just wanted to get your perspective on it. Since but about hazing, DC, about hazing. Stop playing.
I've read about it.
Yeah, because but on honesty, in all realness, there were people that were actually unalived due to and also with the whole thing about people getting branded as for the sake of the organization. So there's a lot of different factors that come into play when it comes to that versus the church. So I just wanted to get your take on that.
It's definitely one of my things is this. I feel like even people have every right to do what they want to do, as far as like even denouncing their letters or whatever the case may be. Which if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I just personally, I don't think I would do that, because if in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit, if that is the deciding factor for me going to heaven, I'm just speaking on what I believe in. A lot of people like, it ain't no heaven, ain't no hell. Okay, well, cool. If you believe, that's what you believe. That's what you believe. But I'm just going off of what I believe. If that's going to be my deciding factor, that means I never had God in me in the first place. If a Greek letter organization is, what I'm saying? Like if that's the reason, if that's what's keeping me away from God, then I got some big issues in my mind. But that's just me. But I'm also a member of Phi Beta Lambda Professional Business Fraternity Incorporated.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a business fraternity as well. So
I didn't know about it. I know I saw that too on your profile, but I didn't know it had those type of chapters as well. You said it was a business fraternity?
Absolutely. Oh, okay. It's a business fraternity, which is from a fraternity where it's like, have you ever heard of FBLA before? Future Business Leaders of America? Yes. They were, so it was like that. That's what you can join in high school. And Phi Beta Lambda was like the it's kind of the higher up of that. We learn business skills. we learn networking skills. We learn brotherhood as well, but we learn a lot about business. So do I denounce that as well? It's a Greek letter organization. Is that ungodly as well? So and it's a part. It's really a network. It's really a networking fraternity. It's a networking fraternity. It's literally business.
Duly noted.
But because it's Greek letter, is it bad?
Yes. So, like I said, I do appreciate you. Like I said, I welcome all perspectives. I'm neutral in all of this. So I just wanted to make sure that I gave you the opportunity to express.
Oh, absolutely.
But also, DC, I want to ask you also, do you, even with you giving your perspective, and I understand it fully, but do you kind of understand where the religious side come from? And, do you understand their position on it somewhat? Do you somewhat understand where they come from with that?
In all honesty, I hear what they're saying. I still don't understand it though. Like,
okay.
I don't understand why. I get it. Like, okay, if you're talking about don't worship another idol, I totally understand them. However, if I'm a part of an organization but I'm not worshiping it, how am I working? So I'm not really understanding that. I mean, if you worship in your organization, then yeah, you may want to go ahead and step away. Because that means you're worshiping another idol. But
True.
yeah.
True. All right, duly noted. So I just want to kind of give, like I said, both sides of the fence here. And so you you have the college experience, the full-blown college experience. You got your degree. Is your degree in marketing? Is that your degree is in marketing? And so you graduate from college. You have you have all these tools. You have certain things instilled in you. Where do you go from there? Like right after college, where did you go from there?
Right after college, I went into corporate America. I've always had jobs. And one thing about it, I wanted to work in different fields. I wanted to have different jobs. I always knew kind of what I wanted to do in general and where I wanted to go, but I also wanted to have different jobs. Number one, I had to have money. Number two, I just like to know and have respect for different career paths, different people who have different jobs. I want to say that I was in that position, so I know how it can feel to be there. I know how it can feel to want to do something else, but you got to do this to make that money. I also want to have respect for the person who society may look down on their job, and I'm like, nah, why are you looking down on me? Like, I can never do that. It's a very humbling thing, especially when you started there, when you've done certain things. So I don't look at anybody who's out there making their money, making an honest living for their families or themselves. I don't look down on any of it. And I've been there and I've done it. And I also appreciate. I knew that if I ever made it to where I want to be at, which thank God that I'm where I want to be. I knew that I would look back on that and be so thankful to, of where he's brought me to.
So what did corporate America, what type of tools did you get from the corporate world? Because between the office politics, the bureaucracies, and just kind of climbing that ladder, you have the chain of command, and people, it's like crabs in a barrel when it comes to the corporate world. So I'm wondering, what was your experience like, and what did you take from that?
My experience was very interesting. I learned how to work well with others. It's one thing when you're in school and you have to do a group project and you have to work well with people because you're working towards it to get a grade. And hey, guess what? If you fail that class, if you fail that assignment, you have another assignment going. You have another chance to get it right. You can be in college as long as you want to. They have to keep taking your money until you decide to graduate. However, corporate America is so different. It's cutthroat. You don't have that. You're out of there. You're fired. So you have to really work well with others. It's no other choice. It taught me how to work well with others. It taught me to be how can I say it? It taught me to make sure that I also pull my weight because I don't want to be the weak link of anything. And it also taught me that I can really accomplish anything that I put my mind to because every job that I've had, I have super exceeded it very easily. And I've always found it out so easy. So it was one of those things. It's like, and it showed me the range of anything of everything that I can do. It's like, well, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And I know that I can do that because I've done it. It's like I like challenging myself, you know. So I learned that was definitely takeaways. It was definitely takeaways from that. And it taught me to just really, you know, it taught me to be appreciative as well of my earnings.
And so how did that humble you? Because you know, you talk a lot about humbling, you know, yourself and having those humbling experiences. So and you was talking about, and I really appreciate the fact that you mentioned about not taking every job for granted, because I do agree wholeheartedly. Every job is important, even though we take a lot for granted. We take a lot of, you know, different positions for granted because there's certain, just, you know, I mean, in all honesty, there's certain things I couldn't do, you know. So I do commend those. I do give my flowers to those who are actually doing that. And I want to, and I that's one of the goals of my platform also, is to give homage to those who don't really get the spotlight, or those underdogs, so to speak. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes. So how, okay, so because you mentioned a few things about corporate America. You said, you know, customer service, building the interaction skills, interpersonal skills as well, because you coming from the shy kid, coming from the introvert, and then you're kind of moving into becoming your own individual from college, and then you go into the, so I'm really like kind of like, you know, I'm absorbing your transition, right? So I'm absorbing how you are really kind of, you know, open yourself more, you know, trying to find yourself. So when did that time happen for you, DC, when you actually found yourself, when you actually identified yourself? This is who I am. And I mean, even if you didn't know where you wanted to be at that time, even if you didn't know what your goal was, what your purpose was, where did you find DC? Where did DC come from? Where did this, you know, where did that DC come from? Like, where did that happen for you?
I'll say I found DC. That was definitely college as well.
It was college as
I
well.
feel like that was college as well. Where people, I think, fail to realize, and I used to hear a lot of people say that it's two sides to them, and this, you know, whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
the
I would hear
persona.
it.
Yeah, that different
Yeah,
persona.
absolutely. I would hear it and not understand it, but but it's real because that's me. Darryl is a totally different person than who DC is. Now I found DC really, and people were calling me that, but I really found out who he is in college. Darryl has always been there. He's
Yes.
always been there. He's like that goes back to Darryl is that little shy, quiet kid from a
Yes.
small town that loves the simple things in life, that loves to care for people, that love to, you know, man, it's just like going back to that child, just that young, innocent child. You know, that's who Darryl is. The nicest person you will ever meet. The one that's gonna
Yes.
speak to everybody. The one that's gonna, now DC can be a little wild. But
But
we,
I want to ask you, so DC, you know, in college, I mean, were you popular with the ladies?
I don't know. I think what we should do is trim this particular clip out of this interview and put it put it on social media, and we'll see
Okay.
what the people
Okay.
say. I can't confirm nor deny that. I don't know. I really don't know.
Really?
I don't.
Mm-mm.
I really don't know if I mean, I may think that I was, but other people may be like, nah, I know you wasn't. So I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to take your word for it, DC. Okay. But
As you should. As you should.
uh-huh. Sure. All right. So how long you been in corporate America?
Well, I'm not now, but I was in, how long I was in it for.
Were you in? Were you? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. 15, 16, 17.
So you was okay. So you was in corporate America during the time you was pursuing your career in entertainment world. So you was still, you know, because you still needed steady. Yeah, you still needed steady you know, steady income. So yeah, I get it. Yeah. So
So I was still in it, but
yeah. When did you move to
yeah,
Atlanta?
my last corporate America, my last job, as far as, you know, even just clocking in, was in 2017.
Yeah. So
I think
when did you this?
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it was 2017. Yeah. Was it? I think that was my last one.
2017. That's not that long ago.
Nah, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to ask you, when did you?
Wait, 15, 15, yeah, it was 15. I want to say 16, 17. I'm thinking myself now. I'm like, wait a minute. You got me thinking.
Yeah, you got you thinking, right? Like, where was it?
Yeah, absolutely.
When did you decide to move to Atlanta? Why and when did you decide to move to Atlanta?
It was 2017. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, it was 2017. I moved here because I was still doing a lot of work here. I was coming back and forth to Atlanta so much, even when I was in college. Coming back doing different gigs, different modeling gigs at the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, even I started out doing a lot of background work on TV shows. So I was coming back and forth to actually do background work, and I was doing that to learn the ins and outs of the business, behind the scenes, how set runs, set etiquette, set terms, all of that. So I was coming back and forth a lot to work. And I told myself, I'm like, I got to move to Atlanta because work started picking up so much more. And so that was my why. And yeah, 2017, that was the win.
Okay. Yeah, because just to in case some of you don't know, DC is he was the video vixen. He was the it guy at one point. He's the video vixen. You see him in quite a few videos, being the love interest, being the lead, So, it was good to see, and I'm really proud of you on that front, to be able to. So when was your first gig? What was your first experience into that lane?
Just period.
Very first.
My very first modeling gig was it was actually back in my hometown. There was a guy by the name of Tubi the King who used to always do like a fashion show on the calendar for like women that for ladies. And he put me on there as a male, as a featured male model one year in that calendar. And so that was he did a fashion show too, and I was in the fashion show. That was my very first gig ever. As far as acting, my very first background gig being on a set with actors or anything like that was The Game on BET. I think that was in 2012.
Really?
2012. Yeah, 2012, I want to say.
Yeah, because that's around the time you appeared on Essence as when it was a sexy man.
Yeah, all of that.
I mean,
all of that was around that same time.
I was like, okay, all right, DC.
Funny story on how that happened. I'm in college at the time, and a guy by the name of Mr. Martin, he was like, hey, they doing an Essence something. At the time, that's how, I'm hearing it, but I'm not hearing it. They doing some kind of Essence thing, yada yada. Y'all want to do it? It was like me and a couple of other guys. We're like, yeah, we'll do it, whatever it is. It ended up being like a brand ambassador gig, right? And I don't know if you've ever saw the show Girls Trip with Queen Latifah, them, the guy Kofi, I think it was Kofi that played that.
Kofi, Cerebo.
He was a brand ambassador in that particular movie at Essence. So my life, that's really happened in my life.
For Ciroc, right?
That's what he was doing on the show, on the movie. But for me, I was doing something for like Walmart, and it just so happened that they was. Yeah. They I just went for the check. I didn't know how big Essence was. I didn't know, any of that. But I do know that
Gotta stop you there. You know how big Essence was. Stop it. Stop it.
I didn't know how big. I didn't know how big Essence Fest was because I was new to it.
Oh, okay. Because I
knew what Essence. I knew what Essence was. I didn't know how big.
Okay. I'm about to say, don't play now. Don't play, DC. Okay.
Woo. Yeah. No, I didn't know how big. I didn't know how big Essence Fest, the festival was. Okay. Essence Fest.
Okay, I'm sorry. You took me out of my room. Took me out of my body. Okay.
No. You good. You good. You good. Yeah, you good. That particular day, it was a lady. People they had their own ambassadors, and they were walking around handing out a flyer that was like, "Hey, we're having this male model competition over here on this stage, yada yada." I snuck away from doing the brand ambassador gig. I asked the lady who was over, so I'm like, "Hey, you mind run over here to do this real quick?" I went over there while I was supposed to be doing brand ambassador work, while we were on like the main stage over there, my Walmart, but they had like Trey Songz coming out and a whole lot of other people, this, that, and the third.
So you
and
put
I'm
yourself
like,
away. Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled myself away and I went over there and I won the contest. And I'll never forget, Free from 106 and Park was hosting it. And I was like major at the time. Free was somebody who I've always wanted to meet. I went over there, I won it. And then the editor-in-chief at the time, Charlie Penn, she was like, come here real quick. I went over there and she gave me her card. She said, hey, I wanna put you in the, in Essence, in the magazine, and I wanna put you on our website as a male, Essence eye candy. Oh yeah, absolutely. I see you the email. Thank you so much. As soon as I got back to Alabama, I sent that lady an email and I sent all of my information. And she responded. She was like, okay. And by the way, nice to meet you, Fred. So see, she was a she's a sorority to my fraternity. And automatically that was an instant connection right there. And that's kind of how that happened. And then before I know it, I think maybe a few weeks later or a month later, I was Essence Magazine's Eye Candy. I was in there, and that was my first time doing anything that made me go international.
Oh, so that was because that was the start of the DC train. That's what it was.
Yeah. I guess it was in a sense. Yeah, it was in a sense because I was in a modeling troupe too that taught me a lot of different techniques and things when I was in college. So I was in a few different organizations in college. I was in Elite, which was that taught me a lot. And also, what else? And I did a show by a guy named Perry Varner. He used to put on a show in Montgomery, and I did his show as well, which was, I think, in front of like 1,200 people, 1,500 people or something like that. That was a big fashion show that I had, that I was a part of in Montgomery. And before Facebook became what it is now, I woke up to so many friend requests and different things like that the next day, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like this. So,
all of that
kind of happened within a year and a half time. So, yeah, that's kind of where the DC train started.
And then it's just been riding ever since. I see. I mean, just doing the doggone thing. But let me see if I can find you on. Let me see if I can find this. I got it. I got it, DC. I got it, DC. All right. There we go. Yeah, because I want to make sure that they are reminded of what we're talking about. Is that it? The eye candy? Yes, there it is. There it is. See it. Yeah. What you say, DC? What you say?
Yeah. That's it. That's definitely it.
So now we got this in front of us. Tell us about your experience doing this shoot, doing just the whole experience on this Essence appearance.
Okay, so the shoot was actually done prior to that. There was a shoot that I had already done. A photographer by the name of Michael Moorer. He did the shoot. So as far as that, I had to just send them images, and I just had to send back in the question that they sent over to me. So that was the only process as far as the whole Essence just being on the website itself. It wasn't a major process.
Okay, alrighty. But like I said, but it was still, but you still, appeared in Essence nonetheless. So that's
Absolutely.
The overall important thing. But DC, I'm going to take just a few minutes to welcome some of our guests in. So while you do that, I want you to check the back chat real quick. Because remember I told you actually to pull up something, and I forgot to tell you before we went on. So go check the back chat, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So while I welcome in our guests, shout out to Angela. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support, Angela. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Miss Stevie. Miss Stevie, I know you had an interview with her as well, right? Miss Stevie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So shout out to, I'm going to be interviewing Miss Stevie on the 28th. So please make sure you check out that interview. I'm looking forward to talking with her because it's a long time coming. So shout out to Miss Stevie, and shout out to Deontay's Reviews. Deontay is one of our popular Kountry Wayne review content creators. So so he said, DC, what's up, my guy? So that shout out to Deontay's Reviews.
What up?
Yeah, shout out to Ayana, Goddess London. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support as well. I get so much love on these different Kountry Wayne platforms on YouTube. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate y'all coming on. Welcome, Tori 9191 in the building. Kimberly Black, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate you. You always come through when I come up on the lives, when I come up on these interviews, you're always there. So I do appreciate your support. It doesn't go unnoticed or I take it for granted. So shout out to each and every one of you coming in. And if you catch the replay, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. DC, you got it?
I got it. I got to pull it up.
Yeah, hold on to it. Hold on to that.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure you got it. Yes, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to ask you to pull it up. All right. So she was from the Essence. You did appearances. You did the modeling thing. And so when was your first acting gig? Like your first acting gig?
Outside of doing background. Correct.
Right. Right.
Yeah, my real first acting gig. Yes, I was about to say, that to me is not really acting like that,
Right.
But,
but it's trust me, don't sleep on that, don't sleep on the background. Yeah. The background, now push you to the forefront. It pushes you to the forefront.
Gotta have it. You gotta have it. My very first gig was in 2015. 2015. I want to say it's a movie called 21 O'Day that was directed by Brendan Holland. And I was playing like a love interest of I think I'm saying it, Jonica Blue. They called her Blue. She was on Bad Girls Club back in the day. So that was my very first gig.
Yeah, and how did you get that?
Brendan, he reached out to me about it. He's a director from Alabama as well, director, writer. So he reached out to me about doing it. He said he thought that I'd be a great fit for it. All of that stuff comes back to just networking and meeting people on social media and things like that. So that's how I ended up getting my first one. And so many things have just come to me from simply networking and knowing people, which is, which is crazy. I tell people, you got to network. You got to network.
Yes, it's the way around it.
With the power of God and network. Yeah, with the power of God and networking.
Amen.
You go anywhere.
Absolutely. Because you've been everywhere. You've been on, the big screen. You've been on, the Tubi. And I know people have their ish to say about Tubi, but Tubi, don't sleep on Tubi. I mean, then, you have some movies that are not so great, some acting that's not so great, but at the same time, it is still a platform for a lot of filmmakers that are not able to have the backing of big networks out there. Tubi is a platform for a lot of people to put their work out there. And so
people got something to say about everything,
Yeah, I know.
I've learned that.
Yeah, exactly. but like I said, but we still watch, we still entertain. I'm a Tubi fan. And I've seen
I'm watching something on Tubi today. I'm gonna watch something later on today on Tubi. I don't know what it's gonna be.
That's right. You do that. You do just that. Support. Because we'll talk about supporting each other, right? This is how you do it. This is exactly how you do it. And it's for free. So do that. So you've been in many Tubi movies. You one of the kings of Tubi. So let me I'm gonna give you my top 5 Tubi actors. So it's DC, LeMaster Spratling, DeWan Ford, Nelson Davis. Lord, Nelson Davis, yes. And not in a particular order. And it's a tie between Kamal Smith and Kamel Hassan. Those are, to me, my top 5 Tubi actors.
I think it's like two of them that I'm not familiar with, but I do know. Yeah, there's dope.
Yeah. So go ahead. Which ones are you familiar with?
Oh man, my favorite. Let me see.
Out the ones I mentioned, the ones that you're familiar with.
Nelson. Who was the first one that you said?
I know Nelson Davis.
Nelson.
DeWan Ford. And then it was LeMaster Spratling.
Yeah, LeMaster Spratling.
And then a tie between Kamal Smith and Kamel Hassan.
I think it's Kamel Hassan. I think that I'm familiar with too. Yeah, well, I appreciate you for throwing me in there.
Yeah, and I got to give a few honorable mentions to Emery Lawrence with his fine ass. But yeah, I'm going to be. And matter of fact, just a shameless plug, I'm going to be interviewing with Emery Lawrence on the 22nd. So please make sure you look out for that as well, because he's been everywhere as well. I think he and DC are kind of runner. So if you see these people, if you see these actors. And if you're auditioning and you see any of these actors, just know that they're gonna get the part. They're gonna get the part.
Hey, I wish it were. I wish it were that easy.
So yes,
I wish it were. I wish it were.
So I'm going to be interviewing with Emery Lawrence Saturday on the 22nd. Make sure you're there, DC. If you can make it, I really appreciate you. Able to
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so another honorable mention. This is a couple. Denzel Dangerous is an honorable mention. And also Gravy. The one that
Jamal.
played. Jamal.
Absolutely.
So it's
He's
kind of
very cool guy too.
Yeah. He kind of was, he says some controversial things, but I mean, we don't talk about that, right now, about, Black women being hardest to deal with. But, that's I think that's the sentiment of a lot of men, but, that's a whole nother conversation. But, but my point was that, you among all these other actors that I mentioned, Tubi gave the platform for you guys to really showcase your talents. And so we gotta kind of give it up for Tubi, give it up to these actors, give it up, just shout out to all of you in this lane right now. And you also doing work on the Kountry Wayne act skit. So how do you balance it between like the Kountry Wayne skits, all of the videos that you're doing, all of the projects that you've done? How did you manage that and also have time for you? Do you have a social life? Do you have fun? Do you have any? Do you have? Do you get sleep? Do you get sleep?
That's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. As far as having me time, I have to squeeze just me time in when I can. To be honest with you, I think I have yet to probably just have a moment in maybe a long time that I can just sit there and just soak in. Like, I'm chilling today. I don't have nothing to do. I don't have to worry about nobody. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I think I'm about to book me a trip somewhere. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, do that.
I'm gonna book me a trip somewhere. So yeah, I do have my own me time, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like it just I have to work it in when I can.
You have to work it in. Yes. And what do you do with that time? Like, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
What do I like to do for fun? I'm a podcast watcher for one. I watch podcasts. I listen to podcasts. I love watching.
What you like?
I like R&B Money. I like the Art of Dialogue. The Art of Dialogue is like my favorite one now.
It's been popping lately. Yes.
Yeah, Art of Dialogue. I like Club Shay Shay. But the Breakfast Club, although it's a radio show, like to me, it's like a podcast too now. But it's maybe what else? It's quite a few. I also used to like the Dear Future Wifey podcast as well. I think it's Dear Future Wifey. I think they got another.
Yeah, Dear Future Wifey.
So I like those, and I am a big sitcom lover, like 90s sitcoms. I like a lot of modern.
See, DC, you're mad. You now that you said that, you're a man after my own heart. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
You said no, the sitcoms. Yes. Okay.
So I do that. I listen to music too, and sometimes I like to just go sit at my local bar.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm glad that you. I mean, at least you have some recreational things. Your leisure. You have some leisure time. So that's the most important thing. So just being able to balance that. But I wanted to also make sure, like, as a just kind of showcase your skills, because you're very well versed, in that TV, film, or modeling, but you also have these facial expressions that, that really just hit the mark. And you don't have to say anything, but you just hit the mark. So I want to just kind of show this. This is one of my favorite things here. So I just want to show this.
Ladies, if you want your hair curly like mine, use some of this curling enhancer cream.
Look at face, y'all. Look at DC's face.
Mouth. What is the mouth? My son is sick of me. Use some of this mousse and stuff and do all of this stuff. You want your curls like mine? Sick of you too. Ladies, if you're going to wear a bonnet in the airport, please don't. Get you a headscarf from Pardon My Fro. Put one of these on. It's cute. You don't want all that bonnet in there. You be wearing you whatever. Well, so fine. Ladies, if you're gonna wear your hair natural, don't have it all dry. Add some moisturizing hair milk to it. Hair dried in some dry sheets. Ladies, if you're gonna come on the plane eating all that food and onions and stuff like that and spit getting all in your hair, get you some hydrating braid and scalp spray. Spray that. All that bubble out in your hair, they like, you smell like onions. But now I don't, because I got this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to show that. Shout out to Not Carlton Banks. That is one of his many different characters that he plays. And so and DC's facial expressions is the co-star to me, one of the main attractions on that commercial. And so I just wanted to make sure that I showcased that. How did you get that far? How did you collaborate with Not Carlton Banks?
That was it was just a hair campaign that I was doing, and when I got there, it was like they just paired me right there to sit, to actually just be over there. It was like we were just I don't know, it was just kind of trial and error, I guess, and that's what it came out of it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, shout out to Not Carlton Banks. So so I just okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to know also, DC. I know you said I think did you answer the question about how you manage it? Because I know you said what you like to do. I mean, we got into like what you like to do for fun. I mean, I meant to ask you how do you manage your demand schedule? That's what I want to say. How do you manage it?
As far as that, I just I think I've always been a person who can manage time very well. That's one of my strong suits. So as far as managing that, I just sometimes it's hard because I used to get double booked a lot. I had to learn to prioritize. I just had to learn to prioritize. It's like, whatever's important, that's gonna come first.
Gotcha.
Whatever's taking on the list is gonna come second, so I had to prioritize.
So let me ask you, do you have someone special in your life, or you just dating, having some fun? What's your status, DC?
I keep someone special in my life. There's a lot of special people in my life.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, you asked and I answered.
All right. Whatever. But so right now, in the the trajectory of your life right now, what do you have going on now? Like, what you have any upcoming projects? Like, what do you have going on right now that you could talk about?
Well, I just finished a project called Beyond the Quad. I think it's going to be a very, very special project. Can't wait for it to come out. I don't have a date. I haven't been told a date as of yet, but we just finished it up like the first week in October. So, it'll be a minute before that actually gets released. What else did I do? I have a few campaigns that I've done for a couple of companies that I'm waiting on. What else? Three of a Kind just came out, which was directed by Celeste. The star of that one is Big Boss Vet as well as O'Shea Russell. So that was a pretty good project. Yeah, it was a pretty good project. So,
yeah. Nice. So I want to have a little fun with you, DC. Is that right? Is that all right?
Okay. Absolutely.
Right? Okay, so first I'm gonna like I said, hold on to whatever it is, but I just want to do a quick little this or that. So just a quick one.
Okay.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Yeah, so I just I put out like any random thing out there, and you have to choose one or the other. It could be anything. All right.
Okay.
And you have to choose one. You can't choose both. You can't be the fifth. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so collard greens or cabbage?
Collard greens.
Okay. Erica Pinkett or Sarah Oliver?
As far as what? But it depends on what you're talking about. That's so widespread. It's like cabbage and collard greens. I know this. You're talking about taste, I'm pretty sure. But well, I'm gonna go with Erica because that's the mother of
Okay.
my child in
Okay.
Skitland. In Skitland,
Let's get land. Right. Okay. And so acting or modeling.
acting.
Can you just briefly tell me why that is?
It's challenging, and now being 35 years old is like I just like acting more. It gets you out there a lot more. A lot more people see it, and it's a lot more money that comes with it.
I hear you. I hear you. Cheese grits or sugar grits? Do you
Cheese
put sugar
grits.
in your grits? Do you put sugar in your
No, I
grits?
don't.
Oh, okay,
No.
well, I was like, I hope not.
Hey, shout out to anyone who does. I just don't do it.
Right, yes, right. Okay, so Papados or Longhorn?
Papado.
Okay, I gotta try that one day. I keep hearing so much about it. I haven't tried it yet.
Papado's
Okay,
good.
it was good. Yeah, I keep hearing so much about it. Okay, what else? Oh, New Edition or New Edition. I can't. You can't. That's not fair. I'm not gonna do that to you because you can't really compare nobody New Edition. I'm sorry, you can't really compare nobody New Edition. Okay,
Huh?
Escape or SWV.
Ooh. Ooh. It's WV.
Okay, Tank or Tank or Tevin Campbell.
Tank.
October London or Duran Bernard.
Duran Bernard.
Good answer. All
Huh?
right. I said good answer. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this: do you watch reality TV?
Not really.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah. Because I was going to ask you like either or. Okay. All right. So now Mary or BB and CC Winans.
You said Mary or BB and CC Winans?
Mhm. Yes.
Ooh. Uh, BB and CC.
Okay. Now Yolanda Adams or Dottie Peoples.
Ooh.
I know.
Daddy people.
One more. Jay-Z or
Okay.
Nas.
Jay-Z.
Okay. Thank you for that. That wasn't too bad, was it? That wasn't too
No, it
bad.
wasn't. It wasn't. And then
Yeah.
some of those answers are based on my familiarity with some of those people. Because some I'm
Right,
more familiar with than others. And then some, yeah. So it's not really based on saying that anyone is better or worse than the other.
Got you. Very understandable, but you did good. You did good. So I need you to pull up your script for me. The one I told you because I want to
Okay.
have some fun. So I want us to have a we're gonna do like some type of gonna act. We're gonna act this out. Try to see if they can figure out what we're acting. We're gonna act this
Okay.
out. And you have to make sure like if you are familiar with the actual script that I gave you, you cannot do it in that flow. You have to do it in a whole nother dialect, you have to deliver it in a whole different way. You got it?
Okay.
And, you got to,
Okay.
act the part. Okay. All right. So, DC, you're not without talent. You got to make sure that you put your all into this, right? You're going to deliver this to the best of your ability because you never know who's watching, DC. You never know who's watching. So, are you ready, DC?
Let's do it.
And action.
Hey, yo. Hey, sweetie. Look, you're looking pretty. What a girl like you doing in this row, see the babe?
I'm just here.
I'm just lying.
I'm just here. Try to hold my own ground. Yeah, I think I like how that sounds.
But look, what you say we get to know each other a little better?
That sounds good, but I don't think that I can let. I don't think I can let you.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Tell me the so. Do you do you get a kick out of telling brothers no?
No, it's not that. You see, you don't understand. Now that now should I put it, I got a man.
What a man got to do with me?
I told you.
Hey, this is my first time reading. It's crazy.
But you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Just read that first line right there. Read that first line.
Look, I'm not trying to hear that. See,
Now, I'm not one of those girls that gonna be ripping around.
but I'm not a dog, baby. So don't play me like I'm a clown.
I admit, I like how you kick it. I mean, I like how you kick it.
It's just like
Now that you're talking, babe.
Yeah.
Now you joke. Don't get
Now-
excited.
now you talking, baby. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Now don't get excited now. And chuck your own in. And I already told you I got a man now.
What's your man got to do with me?
I got a man.
I'm not trying to hear that. You see,
I got a man.
what's your man got to do with me?
I got a man.
I'm not trying to hear that.
Now you could persist, you could persist and play Don Juan all day. But that ain't gonna change.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, yes, you're right. I'm gonna break it down and do whatever I gotta do. I tell you now, I got the eyes for you.
You got eyes, but they not for me. You better use them what they're for, and that's and that's to see.
You know what the problem is? You're not used to learning. I'm Big Daddy Longstroke, and your man Pee Wee Herman. I got a question to ask you, the truth.
Are you a chef? No, I'm sorry, that's my line. I got a question. Gotta ask you. Are you a chef? Because you keep feeding me soup, dude.
You know what they say about those who sweat thyself? You might want to find yourself by yourself. I'm not waiting because I ain't no waiter.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So let me.
That first line.
So when I blow up, don't try to kick it to me later.
Oh yeah, all those girls, they got you gas. Then when they say the good thing.
Hey, when you see a good thing, don't let it pass.
Well, that's okay, cause see, if that's their plan, cause for me, I already got a man.
What's a man got to do with me?
What part you don't understand? I got a man.
Look.
No, you can do. You can just close it out with that last one. That last line.
I'm not trying to hit at you. See,
See,
that's crazy. You know what? I don't even think about lyrics like that. That's the crazy thing. But then when you hear the song, like you don't really think about you hear the song, but you don't break the lyrics.
It's very challenging to try to act it out in a certain way, but you did fine. I mean, and this was all impromptu, you guys. DC didn't have any. We didn't have any rehearsal. I just told them to pull it up, because I wanted to see how he was going to flow with it. I wanted to have a little fun with it. So, I put him on the spot with that one. So you did. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You see how well versed you are. You see, just on the spot. You got to be
there
ready.
You go.
Ready. You see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but was it fun for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I might do that with some other songs.
So yeah, but I thank you so much for being such a good sport with it. I really do appreciate that. So a couple of other questions before we wrap up, DC. So I like to ask these questions. I really love the answers that I get. So see, they they got it. Yeah, you got that, Goddess London. So I always want to ask if you were able to have 5 people at the seat of your table, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Just anybody or
Anybody, dead or alive.
dead? Oh, dead or
5
alive?
people. 5 people.
My mom, my dad, my
No, but
dad's sister.
and when you, I'm sorry, DC, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Mhm.
when you mention each person, you gotta give me the why for each one.
Okay. Well, my mom because she's I mean, I love her. My dad because I love him. My aunt because she's deceased, but I feel like there's a lot more that we got to talk that we had to talk about. A lot. So I feel like she had a lot more life to live. My mom's mom, so so she can cuss me out.
Oh, why
And
you
I
think
can talk
she
about and
out?
I can talk about and I can talk about it later. And my dad's mom because she always spoiled me.
Mm, okay. And
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
it's alrighty. And so and this question here, I take this from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So
Okay.
DC, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
Welcome.
Mm, all right. There you have it. There you have it. I mean, hey, um, I mean, you want to be welcome into heaven. I mean, that's for sure. That's for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that with all of the just and this is just like the cliff notes of what you have done and what you continue to do. So may God continue to bless you on your journey. And I do mean that. I do appreciate you coming on, and I
Thank
hope
you.
to see
Thank you.
you again on my platform. And hopefully, if it grows into whatever it is, I really am honored that you are a part of this journey with me. So I do appreciate that. I really do.
Thank you.
All right. So I
Thank you for
just wanted
having me. Thank you so much.
absolutely, absolutely. So before we end, I just wanted to know, do you have any final words for us? Any type of pros and wisdom you could share with us? Any gems that you could share?
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, not to sound cliche, but whatever it is that you want to do it. Don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let anybody put you in a box as to what they think that you should be doing, because we all have our own path in life. People they try to tell me what they thought I should be doing, but I'm doing something totally different, and now they're looking at me on screen every day. So whatever it is that you want to do, make it happen.
Oh, there you go. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Darryl DC Chambers, y'all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Thank you for being here. God bless you.
Absolutely. God bless you.
Mhm. That was DC Chambers in the building. So it's only up from here. I mean, I'm so honored to have him. And I think you guys, everyone that came on the platform to support me on this live interview, I do appreciate it. We had so much fun, we just had on impromptu things going on. And so also, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And I also want you to comment on, thank you so much, Goddess London. Thank you so much. And I just want, give me some suggestions on what type of content you want me to put out there. I'm very open to different perspectives. Please give me some suggestions on who you want me to interview next, who you want me to reach out to. Because there may be some people I may not be familiar with. There may be some people that may need to be on notice and and may come on my little bit platform. And like I said, you never know who's watching. And as it starts to grow, as this platform starts to peak, these same people that I have on my platform will just shine along with me, and they continue to continue to promote my platform. So please make sure you please comment your suggestions on who you want me to interview next, what type of content you want me to put out there, whether or not you want me to review a particular show, is there a particular video you want me to react to and do commentary on. Please feel free to provide those suggestions for me. I welcome all of that, because you're helping me as well, because one hand washes the other, right? So like I said, again, thank you so much for DC for coming on, and I hope to see him again in the near future. Make sure you follow him on the platforms. I have his platforms in the description box. Make sure that you check him out on the Tubi platform and watch all his movies there. I forgot to. I'm sorry, Miss Stevie. I forgot to go into the movie that he did with Pandora. So make sure you go into YouTube and go search for Pandora's Box TV. He's done like the last 2 seasons of her series Pandora's Box. So make sure you check that out. It's Pandora's Box TV. I meant to get into that, but I forgot about it. But please make sure you look at that and just continue to follow his journey. And support our brother. All right. So again, please make sure that you are tuned in. My next interview that I'm going to do in honor of Transgender Awareness Week is going to be with Jade Morgan Kaye. So please make sure you look out for that. That's going to be this coming Sunday on the 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure you look out for that. And in the meantime, everyone, have a good one.